So join me on a little 100-mile round trip around the beautiful countryside of Suffolk. So this was 2nd of August, I think it was. Started off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, heading out of Lowestoft and Oulton Broad through Colville and heading on towards Beccles. And I'm actually going to turn off left towards Ella and the Raceway before I get into Beccles. Then I'm going to cut through the countryside and head my way to Halesworth. So this is the Ella bypass. Nice opportunity to open it up a little bit if there wasn't a car in front of me. But yeah, this was a Sunday. It was a beautiful day, and as you can tell, there wasn't really a lot on the road, so it was good fun, really good fun. But again, like I just said, I mean, there's just hardly anyone on the road. You know, this is the middle of the summer, beautiful day. You'd think there'd be loads of people out, but yeah, it was really, really quiet. So if you're wondering what that is on the headset there with the round black thing, that's actually a sat-nav. That's called a Beeline Moto 2. Works off your phone. Fantastic bit of kit. We toured Normandy and we used it all the way through Normandy and just didn't let you down. I mean, it gives you different routes you can take as well. So if you want a fast route or a relaxed route or a fun route, then you can gear it to exactly how you want. I think I saw more bikers than I did cars on this trip. So we've just gone through Oulton and now we're just coming into Halesworth, and we're going to pretty much bypass the town and go around Halesworth. Again, I can remember coming up here when I was younger, you know, and places like Halesworth and Halston on a Sunday, you know, full of holiday makers and, you know, walking around the towns. This guy, look, on this mobility thing, he's got a perfectly good pavement there, but he chooses to go right across the roundabout for some reason. So we're heading out of Halesworth now, and the idea here is to cut through to Walpole and then onto the Henham estate, which if you haven't been there is absolutely breathtaking. It's beautiful. Hopefully you'll see. I mean, I put the drone up when I was at Henham, so you can get an idea of it. But I didn't actually get the whole because I know that the owner's got a helicopter, and I just thought if I put a drone up any closer, I'm going to probably get someone tap me on the shoulder and say, "Oh, you can't put that drone up round here, mate." So I sort of steered clear. But if ever you get a chance, just drive past there, Henham Hall. They have a lot of events there throughout the summer as well. Classic car shows, fireworks, things like that. And there's a lovely little pub as well in a village just opposite Henham called Huntingfield. I think the pub's called the Huntingfield Arms. It's a great place. If ever you want to go out for a ride out, on your motorbike or on scooters, that is a great place to go. You just need to check when it's actually open. It's a little village called Walpole. It's very nice, very picturesque. It's pretty much sort of backs on to Henham. So when you're entering the Henham estate, because this old traditional iron fencing which is all around the estate. So I pull in here and I've got the drone, so I was going to put the drone up. I did put the drone up here, which was far enough away from the house and the chances of a helicopter flying above me. But this will give you an idea of the estate and how beautiful it was, and I mean it's really well kept. It's just a shame that all the grass is just dead. I mean, this hot weather we've been having is awful for the wildlife, for the grass. But you'll get a good idea what it's like from these pictures anyway. Pretty stunning, eh? Rather nice. You're now going to see a lot of this is taken on the 360 camera that I've got, and that allows you to basically record 360 degrees, so behind, to the side, up, down. You'll see the idea of the camera, but it gives you some great angles as well. I think there's I've got a camera on the back of the scooter as well, so it's picking up bits behind me and from the front as well, so it gives you a good perspective anyway. Little village called Hubberston, just on the way out of Henham and Huntingfield. And one thing you can be sure of if you're riding in rural Suffolk or Norfolk is at some point you are going to meet one of these. Now for you townies, this is called a tractor, and we've got loads of them in Suffolk, day or night. I've come back from gigs at 2 o'clock in the morning and encountered tractors, you know, that have been cutting, you know, fields and grain and bits like that, and tractors on the road. So at some point you're going to get stuck behind a tractor, and these roads aren't conducive to overtaking, sadly. But luckily this one, I think this one carried on a bit, because I stopped I think for a photograph, and then when I got back on and I went further on, I think I came across it again, but you'll see it in a minute anyway. So this is Laxfield. Laxfield's a lovely little village, as you can see. And there's that tractor again. Now the roads just open up here, and the countryside was just beautiful, and I could just see this field of, well, it looked like lavender to me, but it was purple anyway, so I'm guessing it was lavender. You probably can't see there, you can see it there. I mean, in the flesh it was a lovely colour, it really was. So I thought, what about a place to stop and take a photograph? So that's exactly what I did here. Plus it gave my bum a bit of a rest as well, because sitting on a Lambretta all that time, believe you me, is not the most comfortable of things to be doing. So back on the road, and then we're heading towards a little village called Dennington. Now, for any of you that haven't visited Suffolk, Suffolk is a really underrated county in the UK. It's so picturesque. You're never that far away from a beautiful coastline as well. The countryside's lovely, the villages are lovely, the architecture is nice. Everything about Suffolk is just lovely, and it's a slower pace of life as well. Coming from Essex myself, I always say to people, I get to Ipswich and it's almost as if I give this big sigh of relief, like, life is going to slow down a bit now because I'm in Suffolk, and that is just about it. So we're now heading into Framlingham. There's a roundabout up here, and I took the wrong turn. I went right and then turned around. I edited it to make it look as if I didn't take the wrong turn, but I did, so don't tell anyone. Framlingham, obviously famous for a certain Mr. Ed Sheeran. I think everyone visits Framlingham thinking, they're going to see him. He's going to be walking around. He'll be in the coffee shop. He'll be in the pub. But every time I've been to Framlingham, I've never seen him. I often get mistaken for him because I've got ginger hair, you see, so people often stop me and say, "Are you Ed Sheeran?" No, not really. So a lovely village square. And this was the ideal opportunity for me to grab a cup of coffee and a sausage roll, which you'll see in a minute because I even filmed myself eating a sausage roll. When I got home and my Doris said, "Have you eaten today?" I said, "No." Then she looked at the video and realised that I was lying because I'd had this lovely great big sausage roll and a cup of latte, and I have to say it went down rather well because I was just sitting there watching the world go by without a care in the world. And I don't mind admitting, that was a very, very good sausage roll. So, as I was in Framlingham, I thought it was only right that I visit the castle as well. Famous again for the song by Ed Sheeran, Castle on the Hill. It's all about Framlingham Castle. Again, great opportunity to put the drone up. I'd never actually been in Framlingham Castle, so to put the drone up and have a look, that was really good, interesting. And I was amazed again, in the height of summer, there was all of this. There's all car parking on that grass, burnt grass as it is now. There was like 5 or 6 cars there, that was it, no one in there, look. Such a shame these places aren't being, visited. Ultimately, how do they survive? So headed out of Framlingham, and then I kept looking at the sat nav thinking that doesn't look right, it's not taking me to where I want to be going, because it was telling me to go, you know, different places, and I realised then that the sat nav had completely twisted around 180 degrees and it was not showing me where I should be going. So a quick pit stop, and I got it sorted anyway. So yeah, it was good in the end, but yeah, I thought it was broken. I was gutted, to be honest with you, but it was alright. So we went through Carlton and into Peasenhall. Peasenhall is one of those little villages that holds a lot of happy memories for me growing up. Used to visit there, we had good friends there. So yeah, I know Peasenhall well, and it's a lovely little village, it really is. Out of Peasenhall and into Yoxford, and Yoxford, I decided I was going to go straight over towards Leiston on the Leiston Road, and then I was going to cut through from Leiston to Wenniston, and then I was going to get to Dunwich that way. But for some reason, I didn't record that bit. So yeah, I took a bit of a detour there, but again, it was so nice. I didn't want to go home, to be honest with you. It was lovely being out there. Dunwich Forest. Now, I really wanted to go to Dunwich because you may have heard they had some terrible wildfires there. And I didn't think I'd be able to get down here, but I thought the plan was if I could get down there, I'd put the drone up and I could actually see the extent of the damage myself. But from where I was, it was probably about a mile away, and it was sort of, you couldn't really see the damage that the fires had done. So I'll let you just have a look at the footage of Dunwich anyway, because luckily there's still a lot of forest left there. I mean, that's not underestimating the devastation that the fires have caused and the wildlife that's probably lost all their lives as well. But you know, hopefully that'll grow back. But there is still a lot of forest left. It's just such a shame, it really is. And you can't really see it on here. The police had closed one of the roads into Dunwich because obviously all the emergency services were using it. But yeah, like I say, there is still a lot of forest left, but not a lot. So then it was on the homeward stretch, so from here heading into Blytheborough, go across the water at Blytheborough. This can always be a tricky little junction, but luckily again there wasn't much on the road, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, Blytheborough, across the water, over towards Henham. It was just about here that I got my last speeding ticket. In the car, not on my scooter, I hasten to add. You know you're nearly home when you get to Wrentham, because Wrentham's not that far from home. Kessingland bypass again, and great place if you want to just open it up a little bit and give it a little bit of welly. It's normally where, if we're on a ride out, this is normally where we tend to open them up and see what sort of speeds we can get. Very naughty, I know. It's certainly something I wouldn't encourage. And just as I come round the very last part of this journey, if you look over to the left behind that car, you'll see Doris on her scooter. Of all the people I bump into, it's Doris. She just popped out. There she goes.
Where are we going, bro? Home?